shot. I know you wanted more. Show me.
Style track racing here for the Spartan Sim Racing League Master Series 2026 here. We had a great race last week. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Right now, qualifying come to a close. Got a little warm up here, so give us a little time, maybe to talk. Looks like some of the drivers are back here west this week that missed last week. Genningsman and Grutzmacher, two of the ones that we're used to seeing a lot here week in, week out.
It's great to see him back as well. In fact, I follow Dylan a little bit on Twitch, watch him and his races go on. So it's good to see him back. Another in-cars perspective for me besides what I know anyways, from talking with a couple of guys that are currently out on the track.
And like what you just said, that's going to, kind of maybe give us some little bit of insight of what they're feeling out here. And, obviously it's the open style setup racing that we're became accustomed to here week in and week out. Hey, what are you thinking about this track, Homestead? I know this place can be kind of tricky. It can, if it goes long green flag like we've seen last race, could start seeing a little bit of single file going on here. What's your thought?
What I've heard so far is a little bit wild. You really want to watch the exit of 4, not 2 and 4, but just 4. It gets a little bit tricky there. And then also just maintaining the low line. It's going to, running up higher is going to burn that right rear off. And you want that right rear to still have a lot of powder left on it by the end of the race.
Absolutely. Well, there you go. I mean, and that's some good insight there too. I mean, I've noticed this track now here on iRacing. That is, I still think maybe in the real world, usually is a top dominant style track after a while. But here on iRacing, they're able to use maybe that low line. We're going to see some guys, man, just stay on that low line, or are we going to see them kind of teeter-tot up there to that wall?
I think for the most part, we might see the guys there on the low line. It's just a lot better with saving your tires. And overall, it's going to give everybody a lot longer life stint. About 70 laps of gas, so hope that your tires can roll all the way to the end with it.
So 70 laps, what do you think is going to be more important, tires or the fuel?
If you're able to make your tires last to the end, I'm going to say it's I'm always going to say tires, because Miami, we know it's a track you can pass at. There's about 20 different lines going through the corners here, because you'll see guys about millimeters off the wall and then guys all the way wrapping the bottom. So a lot of different lines through corners to take, and honestly, the draft down the straights is also really, really heavy and can help you out a lot. So I'm gonna say tires are gonna matter, but make your tires last all the way through a fuel run.
Okay, there you go. When you said 70 laps, so that's going to put them a little bit short on maybe trying to do this thing on a one stop. So we're probably going to look at about a 2 stop. So even if they go 70 laps, I would figure, do you want to undercut that a little bit?
Oh man, we saw that come into play at Rockingham last week, and tell you what, it made for a great race. I think we'll see a couple guys on maybe the second stop, depending on cautions, of course, try to run that undercut and see how it might hold and how it might work for them. But I expected a lot of these guys push it all the way to maybe those last 2 or so laps on fuel before they pit.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's maybe a smart way about doing it. Obviously, it's going to depend on your setup and what we saw, in the last race. And, with Tucker out there in particular, we saw that his setup just kind of was just going away towards the end of the runs. I mean, had a bad fast machine, but we saw there that looked like the tires and the setup was going away. Maybe something we got to keep an eye on here tonight. Right now, looks like old Tyler Cheney, man. Well, I was going to say he was on top. Now, Mark Sanchez there with Jeremy Sumter. So, yeah, they're flipping the script. But already seeing some guys, man, down low and up top. But, again, new tires, I think you can stay low.
You definitely can, and it's going to be a little bit of a struggle later on in the race to stay low on older tires. But if you can consistently put your car down there, it's going to help somewhat preserve those tires as well.
Okay, well, getting set here to go green flag tonight. Like I said, some warm up here, man. Spartan Sim Racing League. If you haven't checked them out, definitely check out Spartan Sim Racing League. On the Facebook side of things here, Dave and the company up here do an outstanding job right now tonight. Homestead, and talk about, you're going to see a lot of that right there. You just saw kind of clipping that wall coming out of the turns, because you do ride the top side wall a lot here. And, you're close. And I'll be honest with you, Wes, and when I drove, I just never liked the track that I had to drive that high.
Tell you what, it gets nerve-wracking, especially these cars being left-hand drive. You can't always exactly see how close to the wall you are. So it is a little bit nerve-wracking. I like going up top whenever I feel comfortable with it, whenever my car is comfortable with it. Gets you a great amount of momentum down these long stretches here, especially at Homestead.
Well, the car might be comfortable, the driver's not on my end. Yeah, I kind of get a little chicken when I get up there, because I'm like you. I mean, I can't. I don't know. Some guys got that sense. They know how close they are. I just never have been able to figure it out. I always end up just knocking the wall down, almost like Darlington side. But yeah, folks, hope everybody been tuning in. Definitely, still want to give the tribute out there, man, to Greg Biffle. Unfortunately, there before Christmas last year, in a fatal plane crash killed him and his family and his kids. So we definitely keep thoughts and prayers out there to him. Going throughout the season, see a little bit of guys sliding.
Hold on, Tyler.
Yeah.
Nope.
Might see some of that tonight. We haven't seen that in the past here. Some guys kind of figured that out, but this place can probably get a little bit slick, as there's the 8. Boy, he pops it hard into the wall.
Oh, the 78 too.
Ouch. Knocked that Coke can out.
And right there, corner exit is what I was talking about. I've been told more about 4 than 2, but they're not too different from each other. And I've also been told the entry to pit road is going to be extremely difficult.
Before we get started, who's your favorite out here?
We had him on screen earlier. It was that 54 car starting his first start here in the Master Series. He is a truck guy. Was grinding hard this past week to get his iRating and safety rating up to be able to run tonight.
About Tyler Cheney. Right there you go. Got the Kelly Blue Book, and he's hoping he doesn't have to use that tonight and sell his car on the virtual world side of things. So, man, I don't know. It's out. Folks, when we make our picks up here, it's not like, okay, we think they're the best driver, the favorite. Any one of these guys can win these races. Are all great out here. Oh, let's see. Man, I don't know, man. It's a tough one. It's really a tough one out there. Seen a lot of guys out there doing. I'll go with Genningsman there. Chad, he missed last week, but we have seen him. I think some of the issues on his end has been qualifying. If you could get that qualifying down pat, he's definitely got the cars. We see him right there. He's very consistent, and a racetrack like this might suit him to where he might have to be a little patient. I think he's one of those patient style drivers that knows how to kind of drive through the field, come up through the field. Doesn't necessarily, I mean, I don't mean this in a bad way, always have the max speed out there, but knows how to get that car up to the front. Just had some hiccups here, got caught up in some bad things throughout some races, but maybe tonight's the night right there. I mean, sitting third in practice, so might have something figured out.
Yeah, and like you said, he does. One thing that kind of bites him is he doesn't always qualify good, and he's got to play that patient game to get up through the field. Qualified 23rd today, but overall speed, he always has it. So it's always, honestly, Ginningsman, where it's on his car, he's sponsored by Reaper. I can't remember the full name of it, but I know I see Reaper a lot on there. Yep. And tell you what, he acts like a Reaper.
Slow, methodical, and a ghost style. Let's look at the grid as Ben Stevens going to put it up front there on pole. Thomas Kolmacheski is going to be there in second. Alexander Hammond's going to be there in third. Drew Prohl going to start there in the fourth. Mark Sanchez in fifth. We got Justin Bulls starting in sixth. Tyler Cheney to start in seventh. That's the man you was talking about, the newcomer here tonight. We'll see how well he does. Got a good qualifying spot. William Phillips starting in eighth. Michael Tucker, can't count him out. He's starting there in ninth. Colton Gardner there in the 10th. Alex Carr starting in 11th. Jeremy Sumter in 12th. As we look in the 13th place spot back here, we got Kevin Zozak. We got 14th Joshua Hyatt. 15th place got Kyle Gerlach. When Dylan Grusmacher, he's back this week, starting 16th. We got Joshua Hart there in 17th. 18th, Jose Medina. 19th, Art Nicotera. J.P. Jones starting in the 20th. 21st, Dakota Jorgensen. 22nd, David Salter. And Chad Ginningsman there in 23rd. Shane Clore, 24th. And John Bender back in the 25th spot. Most notable there, we was talking about Ginningsman, but also Shane Clore. I know you mentioned him before the race. Not the best starting spot there for him.
Yeah, Clore, he's typically he's always up there towards the front. Kind of weird to see him further back in the pack for qualifying, but again, like Ginningsman, he's somebody that we know can come up through a field when his car is happy and when he's happy. So I expect him to be up front sooner or later.
Yeah, gonna have work cut out for him. Definitely got the laps. I mean, obviously we run a lot longer laps here at the Spartan Sim Racing Master Series, so they've got the time to be able to come through the field, to be able to get up front. So it's not a time; it's a matter of obviously staying out of trouble, getting your setup right. Because the number one thing about this series is everything is open setup, so you pretty much do your own setup and do everything you can. Beautiful shot there. The track as we're getting set here to go green flag Homestead here, Florida. Pace cars in. We're going green flag racing nighttime here, Homestead, and they get on the hammer out front. Kolmacheski looks like he wants to take that lead right off.
And right here, 1 and 2, they're going to be flat out always the first lap after the restart, which is going to give Kolmacheski a great amount of momentum as he just sweeps around the outside to take the lead.
Yeah, it does.
And then everybody's going to try to slot in position 29, not quite making it.
Yeah, no, he's not, man. Steven's got it there, still side by side. Well, new tires, we talked about it. They're going to be able to use the low line, high line here a little bit. It is a 1.5 draft comes into play, dirty air. We talked about that a lot. But I think, on these restarts, you're going to try to get what you can get. And you can kind of see already forming up here, single file. That's kind of how this track, man, kind of presents itself.
Well, you say single file, but right there, Tyler Cheney's going to power around the outside and make a spot. He's going to look at the 29 of Hammond here going into 3.
Yeah, he does.
He's not scared to put her up top early.
And Tucker right there with those Boyles, man, and Sanchez, Cheney. Like you said, that's a good group. That's always back from 4th on back. Who's that on the bottom there, the 8 machine? That's actually Tucker. Oh, okay, he's the one in the Coca-Cola machine tonight. So he swapped it up a little bit on us tonight here.
Yeah, I watched him make that scheme. It turned out really good, and I love seeing the man run it. And tell you what, he's running it good.
That's a good-looking scheme. We've actually now you said you watched him make it, because I know he's had some people in the past make some of his.
Yes, I watched him make it.
Okay, cool, nice. Good looking one right there. Man, got the cherry Coke, so I guess that's one of his favorite drinks out there. We're going to be honored if you'll come and let us know here soon. On the outside there, Boyles, that's another man that he usually does not qualify very well, but here in the last couple, he's actually qualified. I said if he ever gets his qualifying right, he's good because he goes through the field very well. And right now, not too bad sitting in the 7th place spot. I just think that outside lane, looks like the inside right now is dominant. I think it's going to take a little bit for that outside to come in.
Might take just a little bit. I mean, he's not fully on the outside. We see the 54. He's almost right up on the wall. Boyle's sitting a little bit more in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
Going to try to slide to the bottom here, and he makes it. Seeming like a lot of guys wanted to run the bottom early.
Yeah, bottom early, and, again, depending on what their setup feels like, how they're feeling, how the tires are feeling right now. As you see a little pass right there from Boyles is going to go to the inside of Mark Sanchez, try to take that spot away. Everybody's kind of single filed out. Let's go back here in the back. Grootsmacher, man, back this week. He's back there in 13th. We talked about Shane Clore. He's already moved up 8 spots to 16th spot. So this is what you do when you're in the back. You just calm, cool, calm, and collective, trying to see what you can get, pick them off one by one. And now is the time to do that because everybody's, single file, and that's perfect. That's perfectly what you want. You don't want a double file in front of you. Genningsman back there too in the 21st spot. He's moved up a couple spots himself.
And like you said, it's honestly one of the best times to make up spots is here on a restart or on the start. And once you get single filed out, just slowly pick them off one by one. That's what we see the 79 do all the time. We've seen the 27 do it. We saw the 24 of Phillips doing it last week at Rockingham. And
yes.
it's able, as long as your car is handling well in dirty air, you're able to do it quite comfortably and quite quickly as a couple cars in the wall off of 2.
Yeah, we've seen that in practice. Talked about they're probably going to slap that wall. You see Clore right there at the top, and that's just a product of just getting way up on the high side. That car's going to kind of suck in like a magnet a little bit. Coming off the turn, you're going to scrape it ever so slightly. And, speaking of Rockingham, when we raced last week, a lot of guys tired. Don't think they're going to be quite as tired coming out of this race. It's a little bit more smoother track.
Yeah, a lot of guys after Rockingham talking about how they'd rather run about 600 laps around the Nürburgring Nordschleife. And I'm sitting there like, it wasn't that bad. Guess what? I went on later that night and ran a couple laps. I'm like, I understand what they were talking about. But here, like you said, Miami, it's a lot smoother. There's still a couple of bumps, but not as bad as Rockingham, feeling like you're just sitting there on a rocking horse.
Yeah, and we can see it right here. We're riding along with Clore just to see how he's doing. One thing I noticed there, man, shifting too, which we've seen that throughout the season, kind of nothing new, but just with these cars having 5th gear, it all depends on how that transmission and rear gears that they're using, that they don't, obviously stay in that rev limiter all the time, plus be able to, don't want to bog the car down. But, yeah, first thing we noticed here too, yeah, he's not bumping around inside that car. Smooth ride.
Smooth ride, smooth as fast.
Cole Macheski right now out front. Cheney, you said the new guy. Right now, he's breathing down his back door. Said if he can't put his autograph on that back bumper there for him, let him know when he's there. He's got way up there on that top side lane. So early on, looking strong.
Looking strong. Look at this momentum coming down the straight, though. He's not going to duck inside. He's going to keep up top, trying to get to the outside rear quarter of the 69.
Yeah, he's going to go to the high side right now. Cole Macheski's feels really good down on that low side with his car. You got Prohl and company back there, too. Tucker's trying to battle with him a little bit. Tucker looks like he's going for that bottom medium. And you got, what is that, Stevens right behind them, Phillips there. So some multi-lane racing going on. I'm not quite sure which one yet. It's kind of the dominant way because, you see, Cheney right there. Not really making up a lot of ground on Cole Macheski, who's running the low line. But he's not like losing a lot either.
No, he's hovering right around 2/10. This time, though, you're going to see him dive to the inside, take away the 69's line.
Maybe that's why you set him up on that top side.
Maybe, but Cole Macheski powering off the high banks there to keep a hold of the lead.
Wow. Power move. And this track too, a little bit of momentum. You get up there and start doing stuff like that, you start seeing the car, and you can lose some momentum. And Prohl's right there too on the backside. So maybe again we see Komachesi go to the high lane there. Let's maybe, from what I'm kind of seeing is maybe if you're like by yourself and you're not wanting to battle, see, it looks like you're opting maybe try to ride down that low side. As soon as you get up there to someone, you're obviously wanting to maybe try to take the high side around, because now those top two guys have switched to the top lane.
Yeah, and I completely agree with you. It might be what that plan is, because that bottom line, just going to ride around, save yourself a little bit. You're not going to be in the gas as much, spinning your tires, putting pressure on it, leaning. So just kind of helps you save a little bit. And once you get into battle, then, of course, you're going to push. So why not run a little bit higher, get a little bit more momentum down the straights?
Well, right now, the guy on the move is Shane Clore. He is up 14 spots in 10th right now. We talked earlier about it. This is a perfect setup for him. Everybody's single file right there in front of him, so he can just kind of just pick them off one by one, kind of drive what he needs to drive on that low line. It's a fine line, though, when you come through the field like this, Wes, whether or not you are using up too much tires or not, and you won't know that until you start getting a little closer to the front and maybe towards the end of your run.
Yeah, and that's typically whatever you start to see your rear just step out a little bit of wiggle on exits. And that's what I'm trying to watch as well, seeing who's going to start wiggling first. That's going to tell you how hard they've been going and how much their car's upset with them.
And right behind him, got some good battling going on here. Zozak, Grusmacher, Medina, Hart and Company. So there's still a little bit side-by-side racing going on between those guys back there. You got Joshua Hart right there in that number 2 machine, or actually 58 machine, and you got the 2 of Hyatt and Carr right there. So again, some guys way up on that top side, some men opting to stay down low. Kind of starting to see the high lane come in a little bit here. But I still think, the low line, you still could make a pass if you've got the car for it.
I completely agree. And it's really going to be about your entry speed and mid-corner speed if you're going to attempt the pass on the low line, as not Grootsmacher, but Gettingsman right there. A little contact off of 2, but it's not going to slow him down too terribly.
Yeah, he's up 7 spots now, moved it up to 16, so he's kind of slowly but surely trying to move himself through the field also. Like we were talking earlier, got a little bit of trouble there qualifying-wise. We talk about heavy mover like Shane Clore up 15. Unfortunately, Alex Hammond's right here down 17, which he is blinking a little bit. That might be the cause of why he might have just said, let me opt to come back here to the back, and I can't get that taken care of. They're on a virtual world, folks, so it happens. Some things you just can't control.
Meanwhile, up front, I think we've had a lead change.
We have. Cheney got him. And they put Komachesi back here racing with Prohl. So we'll see what Cheney's got up front. You said he's been practicing really hard, and that's the key right there. You said practice, and I think practice is what you need, and not taking anything away. I think a lot of these guys do practice, although some don't. Some just throw their setup together and go, well, we'll just hope for the best.
And I'll tell you what, I've done both.
Yep.
I've gone in and just threw a car into a race and said, "Oh, let's try this out." No practice needed. There's going to be a practice session beforehand, and later regretted it. And
but
then
sometimes
on the other
it works
hand,
out, though.
Whoa! 54,
Oh, man, we
way
were
down.
just talking about him. Oh, yeah. Wow. Well, you said it a minute ago, or a few laps ago. Who's going to be the one to lose that rear end? Has he been running that car a little bit too hard? That's the question now, and it should start seeing. We're 21 laps into it. You're starting to see these tires now, starting to get a little bit of, tire pressure's up on them, and a little height on them and whatnot. And he's starting to go up on that top side and get to that wall a little bit, so he could have run it a little strong there, trying to get up to that lead.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit, but I'll tell you what, it was a great save because he did not make contact with that inside wall.
Absolutely. Didn't want to damage that car and mess it up and have any chance to maybe, fix it on a pit stop and get that set up back right and get back to the front. Meanwhile, puts Prohl out front. Tucker there behind him. And last week, Rockingham, I'm going to tell you, I mean, he still had a good finish. I mean, he held on to third place barely in a thriller to the end. But Tucker, though, it just seemed like he had a very, very fast machine. But his car just kind of faded out towards the end of the runs. It seemed like that setup was just giving up on him a little bit earlier. We'll see, man, if he's actually got that one kind of figured out here. I mean, right now, he's climbing up on the back end of Prohl here to try to take that lead. So, yeah, a little bit better this week.
And last week after we talked to him, of course, he said his tires were just gone because he hadn't learned quite the patient game, and he runs his car real hard, so it dies at the end. See if he also made that adjustment.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and that is a mental thing. We talk about racing, being obviously fast car setups and all that. It is a mental concept to it also. I mean, these guys have got to come out here and, we talk about aggressive drivers as opposed to conservative drivers. Obviously, we talk about Genningsman, who, unfortunately, wow, he's blinking too, man, so he might be actually out of the race, unfortunately, in the back. But, we talk about that a little bit. Guys that are a little bit better being patient coming through the field as opposed to guys being a little aggressive. And obviously, you just seen it right there maybe with Cheney also pushing the car a little bit. That is a tough thing, I think, as a driver to try to overcome. You want to work on that as you get. I've seen some drivers in the past, Wes, that were very aggressive, and they knew that they had to kind of calm down a little bit. And they eventually, it took them a little bit, but they got it, and guess what? It paid dividends. So he ran the officials. Okay, so he ran the officials at Homestead. My bad. Chastity said he ran the officials at Homestead last night. So that'll help him patience-wise. It won't help him track-wise because this is an open setup as opposed to that being a fix. Unless
he might have ran the open.
Yeah, that's what I was about
to
say.
have one that's open.
Okay, my bad. Okay, if he did run the open, then it could help him with the setup and all. That's good. Hey, that's practice. I mean, that's what we were talking about earlier right there.
I'll tell you what, him running that's paid off. His car hasn't gotten tail happy yet, and he's sitting comfortably maybe about 2-3 foot off the wall or so, and sticking right there with his teammate Prohl ahead of him.
Yeah, and that's the key too. Knowing when to attack and when not to attack. And that's that thing we talk about it. Sometimes you're sitting right there, you're riding behind that guy, and you go, man, he's just right there. I could just push it a little bit more and go around him, but timing's everything. If this was the last 5-10 laps, sure, man, go all out, try to get around him. But we're way early, into the race here. No need to push it. You got a fast machine. You're holding with the leader, so you've got speed. Just ride. And talk about Cheney. He's still back there in 6th place spot. Shane Clore still knocking him down. He's up there in the 10th. And it does look like, man, unfortunately, Genningsman out of the race. Although, in his defense, folks, he is from across seas, so we are on a virtual world, and unfortunately, things happen on virtual world. You just can't help. I mean, internet, power outages, anything like that. So it could be just him talking to the servers and whatnot. Not sure where he is from. Not sure what that flag's from. You mentioned it one time, didn't you?
Romanian, I believe.
Romanian. Yeah, just unfortunate night for him there. We'll see if Clore's able to come through the field here. See if Cheney's going to be able to bounce back. Maybe Tucker's going to be able to bounce back tonight. See him closing up on the back of Prohl. And here's where I was talking about earlier there, Wes. Do you get up here and push the envelope, and then you got Cole Macheski right there behind him breathing down his back door. So maybe you just say, okay, let Cole Macheski go and just kind of ride a little bit. This is where that patient game comes in.
And I would not put it past these guys to all kind of just hold place. It's still early in the race. We've gone very, very I'm not going to say very little laps. We've gone 30 laps, but it's still a long way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Look out the man out back here in 4th place spot, old Phillips. He's got that Subway machine, and he's looked good the last couple weeks. And he's right now riding right there in the fourth place. You got Ben Stevens, who's been kind of quiet riding along there in the fifth. We're talking about Tyler Cheney, the newcomer. He was up front, but he's back in sixth. Justin Boyles right there in the seventh place. Sumter's got Sanchez kind of looking down on the inside. Not quite yet. Clore, obviously the man in 10th place spot. A little ways to go. He's about a second, almost quite 2 seconds back, but you see him right there in the picture coming around. But I don't hear for, I thought it was going to be a battle for 8th and 9th. Maybe it is. Sanchez looking.
Yeah, Sanchez, he's able to get underneath right here, get a squeeze up. No, not quite. Sumter's going to have a great run, and he's just going to not push the issue.
Yeah, it's a product of that inside lane, not being able to let that car just kind of, ease its way up the track. It wasn't clear to be able to let it get it done. Had to pull it down. Probably got a little bit tight loose on him coming out of the turn. Had to get out of it. And had allowed the man right there on the outside lane, Stevens, to get back around him. And unfortunately, Sumter was able to stay there, but bring Stevens into the picture here a little bit for a battle.
Well, Stevens was ahead of this group, as we see again Tyler Cheney loose on exit there.
Yeah, I got a feeling that he's cooked those tires.
I think so. Running that top lane early might have he was not saving at all. He was pushing with all his might, trying to get up there and show these guys what he can do. So those tires might just be a little bit dead for him.
As long as if he can hang on to the pit stop, as long as he hasn't hurt that car, this might be a good learning experience of what he needs to go on the setup wise, or kind of what he needs to tune wise there too, and so forth. Meanwhile, up front, Cole Macheski's got Phillips right there on his back door. As Prohl still out front leading with Tucker there behind him. Phillips is going to try that inside lane. Not quite able to get the pass. Well, I said not quite up to, but he was able to there. What's up, NC? How you doing? Right now, I'll tell you what, it's been a good race out front. Having a solid one here. We got the Prohl out there. Tucker along with it. Phillips. Cole Macheski's there. Boyles. That's your top five. Kind of looking at his lap times. I mean, look at that. 12, 11, 12. 33, because Cole Macheski just got past that one. But 12, 12. That's your top six. You don't get much closer than that.
No, you don't. Everybody's running right on top of each other. About the same lap times.
Except for Phillips here last time. Well, yeah, he picked it up.
He did about two tenths clear of both Prohl and Tucker up front. And he's still digging with it. He's looking to possibly get to the inside of the 8 here off of 4. Not going to get there fully. Sneak in behind him, get some draft down the straight.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that last lap he ran, that time he ran at 09, so they're 15 and 18, still a 10th, well over a 10th on those guys. And I've talked many a time. Now, I'm going to say you're probably going to need a solid 2 tenths just to pass a guy here on this track. It's so, the dirty air, it's so momentum oriented. Usually I say a 10th and a half, but I'm going to say you're probably going to need a solid 2 tenths here to get it done. And we can see that. And he's a 10th and a half faster, but still he can get to the door there. Tucker just can't make that pass on him yet. So, yeah, it's going to take a little bit more oomph here at this track, I feel, unless the guy in front of you makes a mistake.
I completely agree with you here. Miami, it's a fast track. We always talk about the intermediate cookie cutters, how they're fast around those high banks. And there's that little tri-oval or D-oval, whichever one they choose to run.
Well,
but here's just 2 straight lines where you're able to get a lot more speed down the straights, but you're still going to need a good corner exit to really make the pass.
You're right. And also, too, there we're seeing, I mean, look at the lap times, 10, 15, 12. And what's happened there with Phillips, where he was a 10th and a half faster while he was running behind Tucker and them, now that he's been trying to get around him, you just see that's where that dirty air and where the momentum of this track has slowed him down so much trying to get around him. So that's what I'm saying. You're going to need some massive speed to just go right on by a guy. If not, you're going to be caught like this lap after lap, man, side by side, and just struggling. And the more you do this, too, you got to be careful because you're using up those tires.
Yeah, and tire wear is going to play a lot here. Tucker now, I think he might be looking to go to the inside of Prohl as well, sitting behind. Oh, little wiggle there. Might allow the 24 to stick closer to him alongside. Nope, still going to tuck him on about halfway down the backstretch.
Yeah, and the last laps, I mean, 2016, 11, that's dead on. That's pretty darn even between even actually the top 4 and 5 right there along with it. So, and you can see it, this track. So, you know it, what it's going to come down to, it's going to be a tough place to pass here. I feel like that high lane is probably going to be where you want to be at the end of this one. Oh, okay, NC.
I see what you're saying, John, and I want to agree with you. That high lane is going to give you the momentum on the end of runs to keep your position and maintain. Though it does use up a lot more tire early on, so start low, then slowly work your way up.
Yeah, and you know we talked about it there. You know, we were talking about it earlier too. We talked about the mental status of racing. You've got Tucker right on the outside. We bobbled just a little bit, but. And that might give Phillips what he needs to get around him. He's going to stay door to door. But we talk about the mental aspect of it here too. You got that guy, man, breathing down on you on the inside. You know you're going to get him on that coming around off the turn. But the thing about it is sometimes, you know, you don't think about it, and you might make that mistake that gives that inside lane guy what he needs. And fortunately, right there, Tucker was able to hold off that hard charge by Phillips. I think it's a little early. I think it's a little early for pit stops.
I think it is. You got gone about 40 or so laps at this point. Yeah, 42 laps so far. So splitting evenly across all your tire sets, you've got the one you started on plus 4 more in the pits. This would be around the time where, hey, if you're splitting evenly, 40 laps each come in now, but I'd say these guys are probably running until that fuel tank is dry.
What I'm seeing right now, Tucker's going to that low line. Is he trying to test the waters down there and see if he maybe can go around Prohl?
I think he is, but also at the same time, he's taking away the 24 Phillips's line.
Yes, he is. So let's look back here, man. Shane Clore, and we was talking about him, started to back up 17 spots. Right there, he's in 7th, as it looks like Tucker, he was able to make that pass on the leader, Prohl. So a little communication there between those two being teammates, and Prohl's probably like, yeah, you know, because they don't want Phillips getting up there. And so it looks like Prohl's car might be getting a little tight, going up out of that top lane awful a lot. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's getting tight or not, if that's just how he wants to run it, but it looks like it's kind of going way up under the top. Now Tucker's able to take his down the low and the top.
Yeah, and I saw exactly what you were talking about there. He starts kind of the upper middle of the track on entry, then right there at the wall towards the middle in the end, which might just be how he's driving it, or like you said, could be tight there as he gets around Tucker to get the lead back.
Yeah, he does. You see the
Tucker's losing a lot. Phillips now going to the inside for second.
Yeah, you saw the bobble there by Tucker just a little bit. And that allowed Phillips to jump on it and get around him. Now Tucker's got to think about, okay, let me just ride a little bit. And at this point here, I think it's what you mentioned earlier. This is where I think you're going to start seeing those tires start going, okay, guys, we're getting a little loose out here, getting a little slick. You know, you might see some guys, you know, that rear end bobble just a little bit coming out from under them.
And that's what Tucker says he kind of wants to work more on, is that looseness of the car, that wiggle at the end of a run, which he's almost right at the end of the run, about 20 laps left of it estimated.
Absolutely did a good job, man, there. Look a little further on back here, 6th place spot. We got Justin Bowles there. We talked about Shane Clore moving up 17 spots there in 7th. Ben Stevens hanging on still there in the 8th with Zozak there in 9th. Got a good battle going here with Grusmacher there along with Medina. Cheney, unfortunately, I think we go back to what we were talking about earlier. I think he has cooked those tires and really ran that car hard early on. Got up front, so maybe needs to do a little bit of adjustments and say, okay, next run, kind of see what I've got, on that end. Hammond's he's been able to bounce back. Remember, he fell off way kind of far back. Bounce back a little bit, back up 14th place spot. Oh, okay, and see, wow, yeah, that was 8 years ago. Okay, right, that's a long time. And just if you know who I'm talking to, by the way, there, I'm live on the OSR Network on YouTube and OSR Network on Twitch. So if you want to pick your poison on which one you like, folks. That's what I always say. Right now it's a good race though, and close that pit stop you was talking about. You know you're going to have to make 2 stops. You don't see anybody maybe try to do a 3-stop here?
I think we might see a couple guys try for the 3-stop, split it about 66 laps each, just underneath that fuel window. Or heck, they might try to go 70, 70, and then 60. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do. If a caution falls out, guess what? I guarantee you.
Cole Macheski's on pit road. Wow, okay. As soon as I said it, he's the first taker. Okay. That's interesting because he was up front too. So he's definitely probably looking at well, he could do 2 stops still. Yeah, he could probably still do 2 stops. Depends on how that car's handling. Because if they go 70 laps, he goes away. We're at lap, 52. If he went from this point on to 70 laps, then yeah, he could, but he's going to be close. I think in his strategy now, he's better to do 3 stops.
It probably would be better for him to go 3. Speaking of which, my math was way off. A 3-stop would be 50, 50, 50. 2-stop would be the 66, 66, 66. Yeah.
Well,
caught her right there saying I need to bring Cheney off the high line.
Yeah, and I was just reading that. My bad. That was why I didn't respond. I was reading what he said. You're right. I mean, that's what Wes was talking about earlier. Too, you know, the combination between that and I feel like, you know, he got up front awful fast too. A lot of times when we see Phillips on pit road too, so it looks like some of these guys might be opting for that maybe a 2 to 3 stop or maybe 3-stop setup here tonight. We'll have to see, but. You know, we're talking about, you know, Cheney right there. You got up front, too. I think a combination like what you were saying there, Wes. The high line running, burn them up really quick, plus maybe running the car a little hard. Maybe just, hey, some nervous jitters, you know, excitingness. Hey, look, I got a fast machine. Let me get up to the front real quick. Like you said, show what I can do here in the league. And, you know, now it's, okay, I know what I can do. I know I can get to the front. I'm as fast as the guys. And the setup is good, but now I need to be able to make sure I can last and stay up front. You see Shane Floor on pit road too, so these guys coming in a little bit early.
Yeah, a lot of people are, and I think this is going to start a green flag cycle. Everybody's talking about pit stops right now.
Okay, Pole up front, leading it. Tucker there with it with Sanchez, and our leaders on pit road. Whoa. Close that tire. That brings in the top 3. Okay, Tucker along with it. I'm kind of not surprised by Tucker. That car was starting to kind of give up a little bit.
Yeah, they saw that 72 come in, and they're thinking, oh, he's going for the undercut, the short pit. So cover it off, because difference between old tires and new tires, these tires were... Oh, excuse me. These tires were 55 laps old, so those new sets of tires, that'd be getting near on seconds on these guys if they stayed out any longer, and that could have put Clore right to the back once the cycle finished out.
Oh, and you were talking earlier, 70 laps, you know, and usually that's kind of the max on what it is. A lot of these guys coming in early. 2, we don't know what, you know, the track conditions out here, you know, it is nighttime, could be cooling off, it could be heat. Obviously, heat cycles go through the tracks as the cars change, setups change throughout and about with tires and whatnot. So a lot of that factors in. See Phillips now is going to come up in the back end here of Tucker. And they'll go out. You see Boyles now, our leader, coming on pit road. That leaves Alex Carr actually going to leave the top 8 out right now. Have not made a pit stop. So they're looking to try to maybe push this thing as long as they possibly can out there too. So still doing any racing out there, NC, by the way. I mean, if you're looking for a good league, here you go. Spartan Sim Racing League Master Series. They have a truck series too that run, I believe it's on Wednesday night that they run. Monday night. Okay, so it runs on Monday night. Definitely check that out. Again, go to Spartan Sim Racing League. Check them out on Facebook. You'll get you hooked up. So they run open setups here. I think it's fixed setups on the truck side. I did their truck.
Nope.
So they do open now?
Open on truck as well.
Okay, all right. I did their truck series. It was a while back. When I say a while back, it was a while back. Several years. Go back. That's why I said it used to be on a Wednesday night. I think it was back then. I think he had to change the night and whatnot. But so hey, look, like I say, got a lot of little things man can do. Haven't been in the league in 6 years. Okay, well hey, there you go. This guy's definitely to break you in, get you in doing good. Another race is not quite as long on the trucks. I think what they do half of what the truck race is or something like that.
I think they do 75% on each.
Okay.
Granted, truck races typically a lot smaller than the cup races.
Absolutely. Well, Zozak right now is up to third, but we're going through our pit cycles here as Medina's leading at the top right now. What's going to actually be the top 7 after Grussmacher comes on pit road here and cycles through. Have not pitted, so it looks like they're taking that long road here to the pits. You said lap 70 is 61 at the moment. Don't feel bad, NC. I haven't been in a league of iRacing since I started, which was back in 2015.
Whoa, caution out.
Whoa, what we got? Which caution? Who's it on?
Not sure.
Oh, yeah, it's not flashing anything else. So it's probably somebody just a quick slide or spin or something. Well, tell you what, let's go back here to the back. JP Jones. Maybe we'll see car slide or something like that. It shows JP Jones back in 22nd right now. He could be right in the middle of the pack here too.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that came into pit, and he's trying to make his way past these guys that have stayed out.
Yeah, the caution's out right there. Ah, there it is. Ben Stevens. All right, good catch. All right, so Ben, and unfortunately, well, he pitted, and he just come off pit road too. That's probably because of cold tires.
Cold tires, cold track.
Yeah. He's by himself right here, coming on around the turn, and got a feeling probably it just looped out from under him. I see a little unsettled right there. Yeah, it just came out. Overcorrected. Luckily, yeah, hang on to it, I hit the brakes. Well, this helps out a lot of the guys up front who did not pit. Some of the other guys up there, though, who did pit, what do? Do you come back on pit road?
I think they're all going to stay out here. Not only those that did pit and then are now going to get probably a wave around, but some of the guys that just got off, they've only ran about 7, 8, and 9 laps on the set they're on. So there'd be no use of coming down to stop once again.
I got you. Broken out there said, yeah, watch the truck race. He wrecks a lot. Okay. All right. Now, why you're not in the Masters? Or are you in the Masters? Or... Who is that again out there talking?
That would be Connor Fuge, my little brother.
Okay, so he's not out here racing.
No, he's not.
Well, come on out here to the Masters. Check it out. Maybe you'll do better in a state. You know, that is funny that I say it that way because used to the trucks, and I will say still, yes, but used to the trucks were the best far as, easy wise, handling, as opposed to ARCA car that is. Kind of, easy wise, handling wise, et cetera, to go. But I'm allowed to say the next gen car, pretty darn stable. And especially when you can make your own setup, that makes it even pretty stable. I mean, you can obviously make it as loose as you want, but yeah, it to me, the truck and the next gen cars now are kind of equal. As it used to be, no. You jumped into a cup car and better had some skill to get that thing around the track. Not saying you don't have to have skill now, but it just, it lacks of talent. Okay. Hey.
The whole point of the next gen, and I think we've talked about this, they went based around the GT3 cars. Yes. Making it more stable, a little bit more easier to drive.
Yes. Yep. And some of the road racing aspect of it too came into play with it and whatnot. So we've talked about that in the past. Pace cars in, going back green. Prohl and company up front benefited from some of those. Some of the guys in the back, we'll see if they benefited from the pit stops. Actually, the top four did not pit, so we'll see if they're able to hang on to it. So a little bit back there with Medina and company who have newer tires. So now we're going to see if maybe newer tires is going to be helpful here or not. I guess it's all going to depend.
Yeah, and it's not that big of a tire delta either. Like I said, it's only about 7, 8, 9 or so laps that the tire delta is. There's already a couple guys trying to run up to the wall and running into the wall.
Yeah, you got Zozak right there, the first one on a new set of tires. He's sitting right there in fifth. Kind of just ride, but you go back here, you see this mad pack going on from 7th or 8th, 6 on back. Alex Carr, Cheney's there in the middle, Medina, Cole Macheski, Jordan, and a lot of those guys are the ones who did pit under that caution of lap 62. So the top four are the ones that did pit. Everyone else in the back did pit. 4 tires and fuel out here. We'll have to see. Looks like Cheney this time not wanting to try to push that car as much, which I think is smart. He pushed it really hard last time to get to the front. This time maybe let's just take it kind of medium and see what happens.
Yeah, he definitely seemed to have learned that lesson. Go up high and push right off the start. Your car's not going to be happy at the end, so a little bit more relaxed. Yeah. Still not all the way on the bottom. Still getting a little bit of momentum, running more of a middle line compared to some of the others.
He filled its way up on the top side. He's got Sanchez right there, who looks to go back up underneath him. You got Carr right there along behind them. Meanwhile, Prohl and Tucker out front. They took their positions to where they were before all this, to the caution and the pit cycles. They were up front and leading it. You got Zozak's right there, too. Remember Cole Macheski? He was one of the first ones that came on pit road. Now, he did opt to pit during that caution. Didn't really hurt him too bad.
Nah, it didn't seem to hurt him, like you said. And then Shane Cord, that caution, it got him all out of line because he had come down pit road. He's going to have to make his way back up. We saw him around 7th or so when he went in. Fall back all the way to running 11th now.
Yeah. Did not pit under the caution, but right now trying to see if he can't, climb his way back up to the front. Meanwhile, Prohl's there, and he was talking about, man, is your brother out there? Man, how big is y'all's family? I mean, you got Dave up there in the thing, you here, another one driving. Got a lot of people on iRacing, don't you?
As far as I know, there's only 4 of us on iRacing. Cousin Dave, me, my 2 brothers.
Just have a heck of a... Y'all can do the 24-hour race.
I don't think any of us are running. But a couple of the boys we race with on the team that we race with, yeah, they're going to be running a car during that 24-hour event. And
coming up.
Yeah, next week they're practicing. They had a practice race 60 hour long on Friday. All going to be in the GT3 running a Porsche 911.
Okay, awesome. Well, looking forward, like I say, February kicks off a lot of the race season. Daytona, I call it the epicenter of all things motorsports. Usually it kicks off the racing season for about everything. And whoa, hang on to it. Oh, Zozak around, got Phillips, got Cheney, and almost got a few other ones that had to get skinny. Ouch. Caution out. Go back and watch that one more time. Wow, could have been a lot worse than what it was. Zozak up front. Unfortunate for Phillips there, though. Wrong place, wrong time. And like Cheney might have got a little bite off of it, but
I think he got more than a bite. That was a solid hit to his left front. I think he's got a little bit of damage with it. Not a little bit, but a lot.
Phillips, man, called hard right there. Oh, yeah, he did. Actually, looks like that.
Tire broke.
Ouch. Let's, where is Cheney? Let me see his car. Go back and watch. Go back and watch a different angle here. Cheney's view here, kind of. He's up front, running. Watching this replay. I mean, you just really can't see much going on in front of you. We've talked about this too, like a Daytona and all. You're up close to someone, all you see is that back bumper and their fin. But I'm just riding a little bit calm right now. And he sees it there, and you think it's clear, and oh yeah, he took a pop right there. Ouch. Let me see if I can't. Oh yeah, right there it is. As long as it didn't hurt the toe of the car, he might be okay, I think. Oh, John said he coming iRacing soon too. Okay, all right. Awesome.
Yep. That's going to be the dad, 3 sons, and the cousin.
Man, a family reunion.
Hey, man, our family's been in NASCAR, so we're all kind of motorheads. We like to go fast.
There you go. Man, awesome. Good deal. Well, we'll welcome you up here, man, in the iRacing. Come up here to Spartan Sim Racing League, man. We'll definitely check it out. But kind of a little mini big one right there. This one will kind of jockey up the pit strategies. Now, I probably should know this. Go ahead and shoot me later on. But is there tire limits here?
They had 4 new sets on pit road, plus whatever they had on the cars to start, so 5 sets total.
The reason I bring that up is because some of these guys pitted. They put tires on. So that should be some of them number 2, some of them working on 3. Like Cole Macheski. He's pitted 3 times. Time for the old man to show him how. There you go. Tell them. It's the old guys, man. Come over here and gotta tell these young guys how to do it.
We get lectured a lot, I'll tell you that.
Go fast, turn left. There you go. Stay out of trouble. All right, we'll see what some heavy movers is here. Drew Prohl staying out front there with Tucker. Medina, man, still up 12 spots there. Shane Clore still up in the 9th place spot, up 15. Jorgensen up 10. Unfortunately, right there, Ben Stevens caught in that one. Man, Cheney, man, got caught up. He's on pit road. Probably having to get some of that repairs done. It's going to hurt him for the night. But, you know, sometimes you get caught up in a mess. You just never know. Getting set to go back green. Homestead here tonight. Lights off on the pace car. Spartan Sim Racing League Master Series here in the Cup cars. Coming out of turn 4. Is going to take that hard left turn off on pit road. That's going to let the 2 teammates up front, Prohl, Tucker, to the green. We're back racing.
Prohl gets an amazing jump, leaves a nice gap behind him. You're going to see Tucker slide into it quite cleanly. 21, he's going to stick down the bottom, firing on a little bit of fresher tires than the 2 up front. Side by side with the 8, but not right on him. Now slotting back.
Absolutely. Right now you see it up front. Prohl, Tucker, the battles behind them. You see, man, Sanchez unfortunately falling off a little bit there with Carr. And remember, he was one of the ones who pitted at lap 55. Yellow flag is out. Is it Nicotera? We'll see. He's back here in the back. Go back and watch right here on the restart. Didn't signal, so sometimes when it doesn't signal up somebody wrecked, it usually means it's kind of just like a quick spin. he didn't really hit anything.
I'd look around that 23 car, I think.
Oh,
Yep, there he goes.
there he is. And then, yeah, Art, well, and then Art did get spun, yeah. Okay. The 23 man went around Boyles, checked him up, and unfortunately, Nicotera had to check up and got bumped in the back. Took him around. Ouch. All right, Prohl right there along with it. All right, we'll see what we've got going on so far. The teammates have been looking pretty good here tonight. Prohl and Tucker. It's like they got it figured out. Let's see. Where they at? They're way down at the bottom. No. They're in a hostile intent. I guess they're hostile.
Maybe just a little bit.
I know we're going to get so here go real quick. Drew, Joy in the booth, got a copy?
How's it going?
Man, pretty good. Real quick, man, I know we got to go back to start here, but how's the car feeling out there?
Well, it's great.
Y'all got the game plan out there. Think to win it tonight?
That's the plan. And kind of getting a little thwarted with all these cautions, though. Changes a lot of things every time.
All right, well, good luck out there.
Thank you.
All right, getting back down there, man, too. Just want to see if he's going to say anything, but obviously want to be a little quiet on the game plan, because they got a fast machine. They got it hooked up.
Both of them do. Certainly fast, that whole hostile intent team. So don't give away secrets when you can, I guess. So stay quiet.
Yeah, true, man. Right now, I don't blame you. You don't want to give out too many secrets. Still early in the race, and these two guys, man, have got it on lockdown up front, working together so far. It's all pro. Going to bring them to the field here, along with Tucker. Lights off on the pace car. We duck off on pit road. Going to send us back green here. Under the lights, Homestead, Spartan Sim Racing League Master Series. We're getting set. Back green. The teammates up front, man. It says, man, they got some hostile intent right now. They got an intent to try to win this thing.
Again, great jump by the two of them. Prohl and Tucker gonna take that bottom line away where they knew the 21 was running before that caution came out. Tight squeeze there from behind him for third. Ham's just not quite clear.
Yeah, Sanchez down on that bottom side. Komacheski there to the high side. You see Carr behind him. Floor, well, I tell you what, making waves coming through the field here. Up 18 spots. He's battling. He's up to fifth for the moment. Trying to battle it out there with Carr on the inside. Gruschmacher, another one there along with him too. So some of these cautions have definitely helped out Floor. You don't count him out. He'll probably be to the front of this thing before it's over with.
I'm not going to count out the 72 at all. We know he's fast week in, week out. So right now, showing a little bit of patience getting through the field, but eventually come later on in the race, almost halfway through it now, patience going to wear down, and you're going to see him starting to get the elbows out a little bit.
Yeah, and he's going to have to as it goes on. So Sanchez right there. Looks like he's going to take another spot up to fourth place. So we'll see what happens. Gerlach back here in the 9th. You got Sumter hanging on back here in the 10th. Right behind them in 11th and 12th place. Got a battle going on between Jorgensen and Hart. As I think of Jorgensen there on the outside machine. Actually, 23rd. There's Boyles. And Boyles is definitely on a newer set of tires. And here's where you got to be a little bit, you go back on that mental aspect. You know, you just spun, got that caution. You know, you get yourself, man, back a little bit here. No, you're anxious to want to get back to the front, but you've still got to be a little patient.
Yeah, and especially early restart, like we said, great way to gain position, gain spots. Also a great way to lose it. So if you're too aggressive on restarts, you're going to cost yourself. You're going to hit somebody, turn yourself maybe. So patience on restarts, but also aggression. It's fine balance you got to find.
Absolutely. Trying to work over the man right there, man. As Ozak trying to get around the 11th and the 12th place spot. Meanwhile, it's still Prohl up front with Tucker along with it. But see Cole Macheski there too. And, Shane Clore, I mean, he is hunting, trying to get those guys, and then a battle behind them between Carr and Grusmacher. Those two guys going at each other.
Grusmacher, he's going to clear it into one as well. He's been following Clore. I think those two pitted both times around lap 72.
They did.
So not the most recent caution, but the caution before that. Grusmacher, though, wiggle there off of 2. That's going to lose him some time. Alex Carr going to get right back around him.
Yeah, well, I'm interested here with Komacheski and Clore. They pitted at 72. Remember, Prohl and Tucker pitted at 55. Now that's a pretty good distance between the tires. I just don't think it's enough. I think this track, like I was talking about earlier, what it would take to go around the guy, I mean, he's still only running 32.68, but they're still running 57.64s up front between the two. I feel like you're probably going to need 40 lap different tires here to really make a huge difference, if any, on a track like this, because it's so close here between the times. And this place, so much momentum and the dirty air that factors in once you get close to a car.
I completely agree with you. You're going to need somewhere north of 30, I think, for the good tire advantage. Especially we've had a couple quick cautions back to back, so heat cycles through the tires kind of levels them out as well.
Yeah, and you can see Clore right there too. Obviously, fast getting through the field. His last time was an 85 to 80 right there at Cole Macheski. But man, the top two, they're still running 65, 68. I mean, they found something and got something out front. I mean, obviously clean air out front's definitely helping them out. But you can just see it. And we talked earlier how fast Clore was going to be. Came through the field, and right here is where now is where you tell, okay, how good am I? As Bo Tucker smacks the wall. Actually, that was Prohl smacked the wall. Tucker had to get around real quick. Well, that could have been disastrous.
Could have been, and not only does Tucker get around, Cole Macheski gets around as well.
Watch that one more time here. In the replay, you see Prohl. We talked about it earlier, coming out of these turns, sometimes you're going to pop that wall. You've seen a little bit of scraping all night long, but nothing uncommon with this place. You play with danger getting up there on that top side. Sometimes that car, they're definitely going to get up there, and you can see it just tight, getting way up there. Then it got loose, snapped on him loose, got in the wall, allowed Tucker to go around. And just like that, lose a couple positions, talked about it. Meanwhile, Cole Macheski is all over Tucker for the lead. Here's where Tucker's got to have a decision. Do I let Cole Macheski go? He's on newer tires. Or do I sit here and try to battle him out, man, and maybe take a risk, man, of hurting my car?
Tucker's not going to let it to him easy. He's right there pinning the 69 down through the corner. He's going to maintain the lead, but I don't think Cole Macheski's going to sit behind him.
No, I think it right here, and he might be waiting for Prohl to try to gather that car back up and see what he can do. It also brought Clore into the picture. You can see Carr back there, not too far back off. Prohl now is kind of gathered up a little bit. That thing got up there, got tight, and then snapped loose, which is something in racing. I mean, obviously you see a car, then obviously gets loose. We've heard of tight, loose feeling. That was a perfect example of it. But meanwhile, Cole Macheski right now, he's all over playing it to the back bumper of Tucker, trying to see if he can't take that spot away. Look at the run he gets. I think he's a little faster by just that point right there on Tucker. I mean, he just had to get out of it so much right there.
Yeah, Cole Macheski definitely, I say, is faster mid-corner, running that bottom than Tucker is. But Tucker squeezes him down to where he can't quite get the run off the corner that he would have liked.
Yeah.
He's going to have great momentum here, taking the high side compared to Tucker's low. Expect him, didn't shoot to the bottom like I thought it would. He's going to stick up high. Tucker's going to squeeze him.
Yeah, is it going to hold, though? That's the thing. Did you see the car just would not hold? I mean, he drove it in there because I was about to say, I think the only thing that Tucker does not want to do is give that high lane up going through the enter through the middle of the turn, because you can see him get so much momentum coming off. And right now, that brought Clore into the picture, and Clore sneaks up in the second place spot.
I was right with you. I was going to say, watch out. That 72 is sneaking up.
All race long, he's been able to come through the field. Now we'll see what he's got up front. And Clore. Pro looks like he might hurt the tires a little bit. The car's kind of falling off just a little. Now he just sits, maybe just kind of in a saving mode right now until we get to the next pit stop. Big race up front, though. Kind of one of these back and forth seesaw style races. It's kind of almost a chess match. Which way do I want to go? Do I want to go to high? I want to go to low? I'm going to try to predict where the guy behind me is going to go. You know, so it's kind of, you know, guys back here, man, just back and forth with each other.
Yeah, a lot of mirror driving, trying to take the lines away from your competitors, trying to get past you. And that's where it can get dangerous. If you hesitate just for a split moment, you're going to collide with them. And guess what? Y'all are both going around.
I just don't see coming to the checkers at this race. If you're on that inside lane making that pass, you're going to end up probably squeezing up into that guy on the outside. And we've seen it all night long, just that momentum coming off the turn on that high side. And we can see it right here, even with Tucker. I mean, he's got, you know, old tires versus newer style tires here, and he's still able to hold him off just by doing it. And whew, well, that thing got bobbled there.
I don't think that's how you want to be holding someone off.
Whew, it was scary there for a moment. So, right along here with Clore, kind of see it. There's his Twitch channel, by the way, if you want to go check him out. Tucker, I don't know if he's streaming or not. I don't know if he's online. You online, Chastity? Let us know.
I was about to say, I'm going to load up to see if I can see it.
He got a good run coming off the turn that time.
He's not live right now.
Oh, okay. All right. How are we supposed to promote the channel and you ain't live out there, Tucker? Shame on you. Man.
Well, either way, running great right now. He's holding on to the lead with Clore breathing heavy down his back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Clore is right there. And this is what he does not want to happen. And he's been able to hold anybody off right now, is been able to get the guy behind him to go to that outside going into and through the middle of the turn, because if he does coming off that turn, they're just going to go zoop right on by him, I think, because they're going to have so much momentum. But he's been able to hold him off, man, coming inside that turn. Meanwhile, Prole's back here to the back, and looks like Carr, man, and them, those two guys are going to go after each other. Cole Macheski, I think, popped the wall just a little bit. Chastity said, tell him, yeah. Let's promote that thing. He ain't online, yeah. Prole right now up there against Cole Macheski on 3 wide. Oh! Prole's around. Oh!
He's saying that we're going to stay green.
Woo.
That's going to be a lot of time and positions lost.
Yeah, that's going to be a wake-up, too. That's something right there, man. You'll be like, whoo, I don't know. Definitely did not want to pop no walls. Didn't want to hurt anything on the car, but won't be surprised if he doesn't come on pit road here soon. I know the game plan.
The cars aren't happy.
Yeah, I think the game plan was one more pit stop between those two. Prole, I think, is going to have to break that. Unless he's just going to baby this thing around here, he might have to come in. But that would be my only other reasoning of why Tucker and them didn't come on pit road the other times during the cautions and stayed out since lap 55 is that they're looking to make one more stop as opposed to some of the other guys, which, well, as they pitted lap 72, they're going to make one more stop themselves. So
yeah,
that would be my only
one more
thing.
stop for Tucker and Prohl, though. They're going to have to go to lap 130. They still got about 40 laps to go to hit that mark.
I mean, you tell me. I mean, that would be my only reason of why you would not have came down on those cautions, because you could have made it one more stop by coming on. I mean, like Clore and them, they're going to be able to make it just one more stop. So they put it at 72. And even Carr right there, 62, he could do probably one more stop. So I don't know. I mean, what do you feel that is the maybe the strategy behind it? I mean, what you're saying, because the only thing I could come up with is if you see the battle for the lead up here. I think Clore's eventually going to get him. You know, just a matter of time and how much he wants to push it.
I think Clore is going to be patient. He knows he's got a little bit of a tire delta on the 8 car. And we know Clore, he's patient. He will wait for you to mess up, and then he's going to strike. If he knows he can't get past you straight on raw pace, he's going to wait for you to slip up.
Yeah.
As he's sitting there digging on the inside of the 8, going to be side by side off corner exit.
And to see that momentum on that high line, just been able to take Tucker right back to the front. Meanwhile, Cole Macheski hanging on still in the third. He's got Carr there on the below line. Sanchez right there behind him in fifth. So those guys have got a good little battle going on, and we're back at it with the lead up front there. But and then we're talking about Prohl. He came on pit road. Excuse me. Yeah, actually he came on pit road, and did he have a penalty? Because he had a minute pit stop.
Might have been repairing that damage
my bad.
whenever he popped the wall.
I saw somebody else. He had a 15-second pit stop. But he came in awful slow because he had a total time of 55 seconds, which is a little bit. That actually, it's about 10 seconds slower than most everyone else coming on pit road. So let's watch this pit stop here for a second, just to see. Oh, well, never mind. There we go. That's why, right there. We'll rewind it back. No, don't want to, but yep, there we go. That explains it. Oh,
Larson moment. And I knew I was told it was going to be difficult getting on the pit road during a green flag stop because that transition just down to the apron off the bank of turn 4 is real hard to control.
You know, I gotta right there. That hit, obviously on iRacing, those are solid. Those are water barrels in real life. If that was a true real hit, you probably could end up seriously hurting someone and not killing them, because the impact and the whiplash that would cause would be severe. Even with all the safety and the harnesses and all they've got, that side impact, if that was in real life solid like that, you would. So it is good thing in real life that that's water. That would actually give and absorb the impact.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Clore's been on to making around Tucker here, but yeah, just like that, Prohl going to lap down. I mean, his pit stop itself wasn't too bad, but the total pit time, we see why that total pit time now is the way it was. But yeah, that puts him coming in at lap 100. So that now, as teammates, you're off your game plan here. How do you? Because I still feel like Tucker's looking to do one more lap. Well, y'all feeling the chat?
Tucker's sticking with the original strategy, I think, is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Prohl, he's going to have to work some magic, get back on the lead lap, and then get back up there to the front. So we might see a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for?
He's hoping for a caution right now so he can get back on the lead lap.
Yes.
I mean, that would be the first thing. Yeah, but that's number one on his list. Obviously, to get back on that lead lap, because trying to get back on the lead lap, by speed will definitely be hard. I mean, he might be able to do it. Well, I think he's still going to need a caution to get back on the lead lap first and foremost, and then like what you're saying is a little bit of luck. Getting back to that front. I mean, obviously we're getting here. This is the second half of the race here already. The first half's been
Caution
a great
out.
one, and then caution is out. Not too sure. Let's see. Let's watch Phillips here. He was kind of by himself there. On the inside, there with Cheney. Oh, Cheney. Wow, okay. Looped it. Luckily didn't hit anything. Not the debut he wanted. Definitely got a fast machine. We will say that. He's definitely got some, got a fast machine, got the skill out there, but kind of not the debut he's been wanting tonight. Yeah, everybody on pit road. Obviously, Prohl's going to get the lucky dog, and he's going to be able to pit here too. So we'll just have to wait till everybody obviously pits. But
And we just said that's what he's going to want first off.
yes.
Now it's going to be about getting through the field.
Yeah, yeah. And probably it wouldn't hurt that, he's probably going to want another caution, to maybe help him get through that field a little bit to see, because he's going to be marred back, way back about 21st, well, yeah, 17, 18, somewhere in that area. Oh, he might be back 21st. Luckily, he's able to come on pit road right here, so that kind of helps by being the lucky dog. The damage shouldn't hurt him either, too, because it was square on the door. No tires? What?
Might have just came in for damage repair. He did just come down the pit road.
It was a 9-second stop. The bad thing is, though, is this is not going to help him. I would have, well, how many times has he pitted? It says this is the third time, so he only pitted twice there. I mean, still with 2 sets of tires. That was his third time. He would have. I don't know. What do you think of the pit strategy there? I mean, I probably would have went ahead and took the tires, but I kind of see what he's doing. In case there's a late caution, he's going to have a set of tires. I don't know.
I think for sure he was definitely getting that damage repaired, and then probably, like you said, saving a set of tires for later on.
What is Cheney doing?
He was waiting for the field to pass him, had an EOL.
Oh, okay. All right. One of these up there just hanging out a little bit. All right, we're getting set. Line him back up. Floor out front with Tucker. Now we'll see what Tucker's going to do. What's his mentality now? Because he's still not. I'm going to say these guys are still going to have to make another pit stop.
Yeah, just outside the fuel window. You're looking at 130 is roughly about, if they come in, they can make it till the end.
Yeah.
So about 20 or so laps beyond that. Though this could be the last stop, possibly, if we get a lot of cautions, which we don't want to see. We want to see these boys race it out. So I agree with you. One more stop probably going to be needed to make it to the end here. But the question is, they're going to run it full on until it's dry. They're going to run it to when they know they can make it for sure. One more stop. Or are they going to split it up in half?
Yeah, I'm with you. We're getting set here to go back green. Man out front. Shane Clore been able to battle his way back. I mean, up front here, 23 positions. So if he pulls this thing off here tonight, he has definitely run through the field. We're getting set to go back green. Tucker's right there along with him. Interesting to see what Tucker does. He was content to run behind Prohl pretty much the entire race here. We'll see if he wants to run behind Clore or Clore wants to run behind him. As we're getting set to go back green, we are racing back at Homestead. Whoa!
Whoa, and Clore loops it.
What a save!
on, do it.
What a
Great
save! Man! That's just a product of cold tires, folks. If y'all, cold tires not up to temperature, not up to tire pressure levels that they want. Meanwhile, Sanchez right now trying to give it all he can for the lead here on Tucker. They got to be careful too. I just saw that car man loop right around. Yeah, all that work Clore did. Back to 15th now. Wow.
I'm going to say great save by him. That
Yeah.
car was almost perpendicular with the track.
And good
then
heads up
great
by everybody
job
else.
on everybody else.
Whew. Yeah, 'cause that could have been disastrous. Wow,
But
good
this
battle
battle
here.
up front,
Sanchez wants it.
Tucker's not going to give it to him easily either. So these two looking to be side by side for a while.
But you
And
know
as
what?
I say that,
But I think that was a smart move there by Tucker. And, we saw it all night long. I said, look, I'm not going to use my stuff up sitting here battling. It's still earlier on. I got another pit stop. So maybe some of that, hey, look, be a little patient. That's that we was talking about earlier in the race. That paid off right there because normally he might have tried to keep you on battling a little bit. But I think that's a smart move by him.
I agree with you. Now it's just going to be right until you feel like you're going to, that 29 slipping up, you got a better car. Then you go attack him and then hopefully hold that lead until the green flag cycle starts. Have it when you come out and go on to win the race. Meanwhile, Clore, I see him back there bouncing off the wall, I think off of turn 2. He's pushing hard to get back up to the front.
Yeah, this is a time where you've got to be like, okay, let me be a little bit patient with my machine. I want to get back up front. I know I've got a fast machine. And we've seen him be able to come to the field, so we know he can do it. He's still got time to get it done. Just try to ride and see if he can't come through that field. Old Jorgensen up here in the 9th place spot, having a good run with Bender there along with him. And Macheski still hanging the 3rd, Sumter there 4th, Carr 5th, Sherlock 6th, Boyles. He's had an eventful race himself. Back up, and here comes Tucker, though. He wants the lead back.
I think he was just able to hold the bottom there through 3 and 4 a lot better. And Sanchez, he's not going to fight it too hard.
No, he's not. Sanchez, man, falls right back behind him, and you see Tucker right there on the outside. And here comes Cole Macheski, going to see if he can't get something going. And he's got Sumter right there with him.
I think everybody's smelling a little bit of blood in the water. These guys, they're not being as patient as the last half of the race. Nearly last third of the race. So these guys start, aggression's picking up slowly. You see Sumter now, he's running that top lane. Cole Macheski tried it earlier, couldn't quite get it rolling. Sumter, he's going to take it, try to get past Boyles.
Yeah, look at them back here, back and forth between each other. That's right there around, like we're saying, Cole Macheski way up on the top side. Cars there with them too. Sumter's trying to see if he can't go on the back end there of Sanchez. A huge battling going on up front. It's a 2x2 battling right here. It's riding with Boyles.
Oh, a little wall kiss ain't going to hurt much.
Yeah. see Kolmacheski way up on that top side.
He's ripping that wall right there, and I mean, you can see the black stripes slowly getting bigger as well. They're out both corners.
Yeah, it is. The Bulls right now holding on to the 6th place spot. Meanwhile, battle up here up front. Kolmacheski right there along with Sumter. And you see Sanchez right behind them.
So they've both gotten around Sanchez. Now they're going to be looking at the 8 car sitting right in front of them.
Woo. It is. Kolmacheski's there. Sanchez. Car. And meanwhile, Tucker's still the man out front, leading. And most of the battle's happening right here around about the 10th place spot. 13 old Bender. Good run tonight. Zozak bouncing back. Remember, he had a spin earlier.
Gardner's right there with him. He's been hanging out right there just on the backside of the top 10, top 15 where he's been hanging out. So solid run for that 40 car as well.
Yeah. Don't blink. You got Clore behind him there. Hyatt. Pro. He's still there. In 15th. Just not going to make up any headway. And we talk about this a lot too. You're out front. You're dominating a lot. And then you get marred back here in traffic. You don't really know what your car is going to do. Maybe now it's like, okay, let's see what my car's going to do back here in traffic. Know what it'll do while I'm out front leading. I'm not quite sure what's going to do when I'm back here on this dirty air.
Now, Clore, he knows exactly what his car's probably going to do.
Oh, yeah. He had to bring it to the front of him. And that's that's a good point you bring up there. That's the big difference. Clore definitely knows what his car is now. I mean, right now, though, he has to make sure he didn't hurt those tires too much. But, yeah, you're right. He knows exactly what that thing's going to do and how fast it is when he gets up front, as opposed to Pro right there. As everybody checks up in front of him. As opposed to Pro, he knows what it's going to do while he's out front. Not so much while he's back here in traffic.
Whoa, two car, hold on.
Yeah. Whew. Pro's like that, man. His heart rate just went up. Good battling still. See Bender right there along with Zozak, and here's where Clore's got to be a little bit patient. I know he's probably eager to get around these guys, but they're battling for position right here too in front of him. He doesn't want to try to make any wild move and end up messing his own self up.
No, not right there. You see, he drove right to the back of the 13 there of Bender. He's got the speed, but it's the smarts about what to do with the speed that's going to matter. Bender going to give him that high side off 4. Yep, going to let the 72 carry momentum straight back to the top, or no, more so in the middle.
He got it right there. Bender down low. And we'll see if Clore's going to go to the high side, and it looks like he is. They try to take that spot away. He does. For the moment, Bender might try to go back on the inside. Not going to be able to make that pass on him, though. Meanwhile, it's all Tucker up front. We got a battle right behind him, though. Sanchez, Sumter. Those two guys are going to go at each other.
Right there, just two complete different lines from these 4 here in shot. Sumter and Kolmacheski, we saw him ripping the wall, still ripping the wall. Then he had Sanchez and Alex Carr. They were hugging the white line down on the bottom.
Yes, they are. You saw though, man, they come out of the turn, how that car gets a little bit over the car around the back. So Hart actually got off the track before anything happened, but let's go back and see what happened to him here. Oh, just came around, boom, into the wall. And off the track down on the bottom. And, didn't get the inside wall, but he got off the track, got it in pit road. No caution, still stay green. All right, So far, it has been a very good race out here tonight. Homestead under the lights here. Man out front, Michael Tucker. It's been Pro right there along with him most of the night here for the Spartan Sim Racing League Master Series. I hope everybody's enjoying it. Folks, we're going to step away. We'll take a quick little break here. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Team Red, White, and Blue. Thank you so much for joining our team. My name is Mike Irwin, and I have the honor to serve as the Executive Director. When I founded Team RWB in 2010, our initial focus centered on veteran transition and reintegration into civilian life. But as the large-scale deployments have slowed down, the military's ability to support reintegration has improved, hundreds of thousands of veterans have used their GI Bill, and companies have prioritized hiring veterans, the overall mental, physical, and emotional health of the veteran community still has a long way to go. And Team RWB has a major leadership role to play. And that means that we need you. We need you to close out this video and to know that you didn't just join a listserv or download an app. You joined a team composed of real people, over 200,000 strong, who are veterans on active duty in the National Guard or reserves or civilian supporters. And these people, who we refer to as the Eagles, want you to get involved in Team RWB. Why is it so important for you to become an active member of the team? Because when you do, we know that it will improve your mental and physical health, help you to develop new and meaningful relationships in your life, and provide you with a sense of purpose that comes from belonging to something bigger than yourself. Over the past decade, veterans struggling with the invisible wounds of war and post-military life have told us how important physical fitness has been to them. Running has helped veterans battle nightmares. Triathlons have helped with headaches, and CrossFit has enabled them to sleep better. These fitness activities, along with others, have made them more confident and healthy people. Unfortunately, millions of veterans have forgotten about the power of physical training in their lives. So as you get involved and see the power of Team RWB in your own life, I hope that you feel inspired to reach out to other veterans and encourage them to follow in your footsteps. In closing, I want to again thank you for stepping forward and joining Team Red, White, and Blue. We're fired up to have you on the team, and I know that you're going to be flying the Eagle with pride for a long time.
Hi, I'm Blaine Smith.
And then if you want to, just a little bit about how the foundation helped you.
You know, I was in a pretty serious deal, as most people know about. It's a pretty tough deal, very traumatic for my family. A lot of stuff that we went through that people would never understand. Without the assistance from the Steve King Foundation and several other donors as well, we could have come out of that thing in financial ruin. But it just takes a lot out of your family just to go through rehabilitation, all the medical bills. There's so many hidden expenses and stuff that you would never know about until you actually get involved in something like that. And and even if you help somebody out with 500 or 1,000 or 100, whatever it is, it means a ton to the person, just to be able to live and to get through these things. It takes an ungodly amount of money, time, effort, patience, with the families, the doctors, to be able to get through a traumatic experience. And, with the Steve King Foundation, that makes everything a lot better.
You definitely didn't miss it there. You saw what little contact on pit road, but let's go back here first and see what happened on the actual caution itself. Grousmacher was the man involved there, and you can see he goes around on him. And he tried to hang on to it, and luckily, what did I say? He didn't hit anything. Nope, didn't hit nothing. And then pit stops here. Let me find Phillips real quick. Comes on pit road. We're seeing this one live as it was happening. I thought he was giving out free subway. Wasn't happening. He's coming on pit road here. That's pretty good. Ooh. Janie got him.
Yeah, and the 54's got the pit box right in front of him, so just two different turn-in times.
That hurts. All right, back green though here, Homestead. Out front, Sumter gets the lead here, but he's it might be short-lived here because he's got Tucker and Clore right there. But I'll tell you what, that caution definitely helped Clore out a big time, and Cole Macheski's there, so we'll see if he's going to be able to bounce back. Meanwhile, it actually helped out Prohl too. Prohl's back up here too in the 8th place spot.
I was just about to mention Prohl's back up front and looking to get back to the lead. As you see, Tucker, he's already gone around Sumter. Sumter got to the wall there through 3 and 4, I think. It's cost him a lot of time.
Boyle's taking it 3 wide for the moment. Felt better of it right there. Back out. 29 machine there. Sanchez, who is having a wonderful run here tonight so far. Macheski, he smacks the wall. He's going to have to give that one up to Prohl there. Prohl's going to be able to just scoot right on by him on the inside. He'll lose too much momentum, but man, some heavy running up front so far.
That was a little bit of heads-up driving by Cole Macheski as well. He got into the wall, saw the 80 was closing in right on his inside. Instead of trying to steer off of it and come down onto the nose of the 80 and cause another caution, just put it back into the wall, let him through before you come off.
Paul trying to see if he can't get back to that front where he was earlier on. He had that lead. Had just a little bit of mishap, got into the wall. Not afraid to go back up there to the front. Meanwhile, Tucker out front here. And he's going to work on that outside lane there of Sanchez. The problem is he's got Clore right there in front of him. And Clore, we know, has had a very fast car. Oh, he's got Sanchez right there. Wow.
It's going to be tight on exit as well. Prohl stuck his nose there. Clore couldn't come all the way up. And Prohl's looking to get here second now. They're going to split Sumter, Sanchez, and Prohl.
Look at Sanchez. He's got a car, and that thing's rolling.
Great center rotation and speed from that 29. I agree. His car seems to be loving that bottom.
Hopefully, he's not using up too much tires by bringing it up there. But Prohl's got back to second. Remember early on in the race, it was all Tucker Prohl. 1-2. Kind of just flip the order right here. Something in the wall. Floor's able to get in front of that pack right there with Boyles, Gerlach,
And that's a
Sumter.
low shift to the bottom, right across the nose of the 23.
Made it stick.
Yeah, he did. No one went around, so Clore hoping to hold on to 4 here, though. Boyle's got a great run off the top.
Yeah, I'm going to say to this point here, you're probably not going to want to try the best you can to get marred back through traffic because your time's trying to run through the field is running out. So you're going to want to try to hold on to as much as you can. You see here, Clore's going to split to the middle. I think that was a smart move. He just let him go.
Gerlach saw an opportunity. He took it, so now he's going to be sitting pretty right there in 5th place.
Yes, he is.
Or 6th place, rather.
Ooh.
Now, maybe see these boys kind of calm it down. We still got a while to go. Almost 50 laps.
Oh, yeah. Out front, Tucker got the lead. Prohl's going to be right there behind him. Sanchez hanging on there in the 3rd. The car up in the 4th place spot. Boyle's there, so kind of single file all the way. It'll go back here about where the 11th place spot is. 10, 11, 12. Gruschmacher, though, who just spun. Back up here to 11th place.
And he's digging hard on that bottom. Sumter and Cole Macheski, we saw, ran up into the wall running that outside a couple times. Might have hurt their cars a little bit, as they're falling back heavily since this restart.
Yeah, Gruschmacher right there, Sumter right behind, right on the outside of him. Those two actually are battling for position for the 10th place spot. Watching this good back and forth battling going on. Zozak and Jorgensen right there battling with each other for the 8th and 9th. I want to bounce back to that man right there. Earlier on, he spun. Tucker out front. Roll. Sanchez. Just watching some of these battles because everybody kind of single file top half of it. Watching here.
Kozak now firing to the inside this time. Saw him trying to go around the outside of the 9. Squeeze him up the track a little bit. He's going to be clear. Grutzmacher's now going to try to follow through Zodiac.
Yeah. And the lap car right there, but unfortunately, of Cheney. Right behind them. Yeah, Gruschmacher. Jorgensen. Komacheski still. Oh, whoa. All around.
Bender and Colton.
Ouch.
Not going to bring out a caution yet.
She stays going. Let's see what happens. See right there, it's the 13. He just got up high. Maybe thought he was clear and it's not quite.
I think it might have been he thought he was clear, and like you said, not quite. The 40 was still on his rear quarter panel.
Who's in the battle here? Zozak's on the move. Ooh, that thing got a little loose coming out. Floor falling back a little bit here. Maybe made the wrong adjustments on that car.
Maybe. We also saw him. He was fighting heavy up front. He might have already used up some of his tires. Now he's just trying to go into conserve mode to where he's got some rubber left on it for the end.
Wow. Tucker, the man up front. How far back is Prohl? Prohl's there, but look at Sanchez. Sanchez trying to see if he can't reel him in here. Sanchez has been fast on that bottom lane.
Definitely has, and not quite sticking right on the white now, but he was wrapping it almost where he was on the apron, I want to say. Early on in the run, just a little bit of gap now, and still great rotation and speed through middle of the corner. Prohl, he's loose up top, smacks into the wall.
Saw that earlier in the race. That got him into trouble. And that's what got him marred way back in the back. He's going to lose not one, but two positions here. Maybe his car's trying to look on the inside of him. And I think it's just going to be a matter of time. And yep, the car's going to take that spot away. Yeah, we saw that earlier by Prohl. Get up too high up there, hits the wall, and that really hurt him. Fast way around the track. Dangerous way, too. Got Bulls right behind them. It's had kind of a up and down race along with Grusmacher too. Remember, he's the one who just spun here not too long ago. Good solid race so far. It's all Tucker out front. Sumter unfortunately falling all the way back to 12th. Cole Macheski right there in the 13th. Gardner holding up in the 14th. Medina in 15th. Couple cars out of this one. Ginnings in one of the first ones. Salter along with it. Hammonds, Stevens, and J.P. Jones on pit road out of it right now. Hart, though, was been in the pit, though, getting a lot of damage taken care of. Williams had an up and down night. Still out there trying to run. Claney, who had a fast machine early on, got in a little bit of trouble, falling back. Good fast cars. Only man ain't had no trouble tonight, though, is this man, Tucker.
Yeah, we've seen it on the, and this is something he says he needs to work on, those longer runs. His car is a little bit loose, a little bit squirrely on it. Well, he's been able to manage that loose and squirrely tonight, and right now it's giving him a solid lead up front. Got about a second on Sanchez in second.
A good solid run, like you was talking there. Sanchez right behind him with Carr holding on to third, and then Prohl in danger of maybe losing. Well, I thought he was going to lose. That's actually a lap car, my bad. Prohl's got a little bit to go to get right there to him. When he keeps hitting that wall, it won't take long.
And Prohl, he's probably got some minor steering damage on it, which just makes it a little bit tougher to drive. But right now, it's not looking so bad to where he's completely out of it. He might be able to maintain position right there for fourth.
Yeah, it is. You see Boyles right now. He's got Gerlach right there behind him, chewing on his back door to see if he can get around him. He's going to go to the inside, see if he can't get it. Boy's going around the lap car there. See if we can't maybe run down Prohl up there. Take away that fourth place spot.
Yeah, and Hart, I don't think is going to fight it too much. He's a lap down, struggling a little bit, so try to give it as much as a break as you can to those leaders as they're still fighting for position and possibly even a win.
Yes, it is. All Tucker up front right now, holding down the line here with Sanchez there in second, with Carr in third. Watching Bulls here, who has had an eventful night, to say the least. Coming out front. Got spun a little bit earlier on. Then to move back up to fifth place. Prohl right there in front of him. Grussmacher too. He actually just brought the caution out just too long ago, and he's been on the maintain right there in 7th. All Grussmacher there. Zozak, Jorgensen, Hyatt, Clore. And Clore, who had a great car coming through the field, just falling off the pace right now. Quite well. Maybe I see why, because he didn't take tires last time. Okay. Maybe trying to save a set for later on.
I mean, no, he didn't. Neither did Sumter. Cole Macheski probably just took right sides as a gamble.
That's what, yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I was wondering why in the world they were falling off the pace so much, but well, that's the reason. That kind of a double-edged sword, though. You know, by the time if they do make another pit stop, he gets hit in the wall, though, it won't matter. By the time they do make a pit stop, he comes in, trying to catch back up. It's going to be a little bit too late. He's just going to run out of time. I mean, so far back. They're going to need a caution to get it done because this man right now up front leading it. Tucker trying to bounce back from that Rockingham last week. I mean, which wasn't bad. He was able to hold on to 3rd, but car was just giving up on him. Tonight looks a lot better.
It does. He looks a lot smoother. He learned the patient game a little bit, learning that tires are going to matter at the end. So great turnaround for him within a week, and hopefully he keeps carrying on like this and constantly up there fighting for that win late in the race.
Are you giving him Coke there, Chastity? I'm not talking about the white one. I'm talking about the drink. Although it might be the reason why he's pretty fast out here. You never know.
I'm not.
No comment. No. The old style Coca-Cola. We'll say that way. Oh.
Getting around the lap traffic right there, Art Nicotera in the 17. Easy as pie. Gonna send it. I say send into 3, but just drive it into 3. Not hard, nice and easy.
Yeah.
Maintain that bottom line. It's running real smooth for him right now.
Working for him, too. I mean, you look at his lap times. He ran a 01. I mean, he's not really far. I mean, that time was 06, 07 for the top 2. And even with the car running a 99, it still is not that bad off. So, I mean, he's definitely maintaining his pace up front. Whatever he's doing, keep doing it. I mean, because at this point, if there's no caution or anything right now,
I don't think anyone's coming in.
Nobody's going to catch him. Yeah, he would have to mess up front. I mean, because you look at the lap times. I mean, 94, 95, 04, 12, 00, 34, 12, over 07 to 11. I mean, they're just they're so close and not that far off from each other. I mean, Sanchez right now is masking his time, but still not gaining and not losing.
No, the gap's hovering just around 7/10 every time, so no major gain, no major loss. Pretty even Steven.
Yeah. And the closer he gets, we've talked about it tonight, dirty air. I mean, obviously, you know, you can see Carr right there. As long as he's not close to those guys, yeah, he's a little bit faster, but the closer he gets, the more it starts slowing down a little bit. That's because he gets into that dirty air. He is really quiet. Okay. He's concentrating. He's in the zone. What Chastity said out there. He's really quiet. Is he normally loud? I mean, I guess it sounds like it's a surprise. I mean,
it's a mixture. He can be sitting there. He can be cutting up. He can be singing. And then there's times where I notice he's gone real quiet during a race.
Singing in the road. Okay. That'd be a sight to see right there, singing. We're going around in circles now. Doo-dah, doo-dah. I don't know. Oh. Whatever he's doing right. And he's got that thing, man, on rails. Sanchez is trying everything he can to maybe try to mimic it and see if he can't get up there. Carr having a good run there in third. Roll back in the fourth along with Boyles. You got Gerlach there in the sixth place spot along with Gruschmarker hanging on in the seventh. Zozak up in the eighth. Jorgensen in ninth. And Hyatt rounds out the top 10. Hey, I sing Wild Race too. Okay, okay.
Meanwhile, Sumter, who we saw didn't take tires out last time on pit road, he's come down lap 171. He's now got fresh set of tires on.
Out of the race. When I click on him, he's not there.
Oh.
What happened? He said he jumped in the pit, so he must have spun and we didn't catch it. And didn't register on my side over here. He said he jumped into the pit. He said he pitted. Oh, yeah, there we go.
That might be why.
He braked on pit road. That's why I didn't register. And then he flashed and he's gone. Okay, so Knight cut short by it.
And we got a caution now.
And now we got a caution. Now this is probably going to help Clore. Oh, pro. Oh, wow. Man, talk about just adding on to what was a good night going and then just loops it right there. And he's going to hit that inside wall hard. Yep. That's going to cook it. Ouch. Okay. Well, do you pit? What do you think?
Looking at round 24, about 20 to go once we get back green.
If you're Clore, you got to pit.
If you're Clore, you got to pit. If you're Pro, definitely got to pit.
Let's break it down here. We're what, 2 laps, 70. Oh, okay, never mind. Everybody's on pit road. I was about to say, if you stayed out and Clore pitted, it's going to put him in a very good spot with newer tires.
Meanwhile, Boyles, Gerlach, Zosiak, Jorgensen, and Hyatt all stay
Yeah,
out.
because remember earlier we were talking about what it's going to take. I think right here it might be because it's going to put him well over. It's going to put him over almost 40, about right at that 40 lap mark. Different tires. Yeah, 37, 47, 57, 67, 77. Yeah, right at it.
This is where I'm going to say, like we talked about it earlier, when tires are really going to pay that advantage. We estimated about now, so I'd expect these guys to be cutting through this traffic.
And plus, you got to go.
You got to go, and I don't think they're going to be holding back. It's almost a sprint to the end.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, so it's we got to throw this in. It's a recipe for disaster because you're going to have some fast guys coming from 6 on back, along with some guys up front. It's going to hopefully not spin the tires on the start. Not going to be quite as fast. Going to turn 1 and 2, or 3 and 4. The guys back there 6 on back are going to be wanting to come through this field very quick. And guys like Tucker, Clore, Carr, Gruschmacher, and all those guys. Then they have to worry about too, we saw earlier, cold tires, tire pressures. Got to be careful there with those. Can't just go out there and say, hey, look, we're wide open.
It's definitely something you're going to have to look out for. We saw Clore on a restart. He just looped it, thankfully saved it. Everybody stayed out of him, and he was kind of able to pull himself back a little bit. So, like you said, these cold tires, cold track at night, it's going to play a factor. Just don't spin it. Don't get too eager on the gas and loop it.
Yeah. And a lot of the deal up here with Boyles and them, they had already pitted 4 and 5 times, so they probably out of tires. Is the reason why they just said, okay, we can't pit. I was going to try the track position game. Here we go. Whew. This is where your nerves get up. And now Tucker's not in the best area he'd want to be. I would rather want to be on that low line than I had that high line, but we'll have to see.
I don't know. I think he's going to fire right to the top around that wall. He doesn't have to worry about conserving tires too much.
Just got to worry about another guy coming up there with him. Here we go. Gonna see. Set stage here. We got pace car off. Guys up front. Top 6 though. Didn't pit. Green flag back. 6 on back. They pitted. You see, man, Tucker does get a good thing. He's gonna look to the outside. Is the 9 gonna give it to him? Yeah, he's gonna give it to him. Here's where he's got to be careful. Look at Grusmacher though, and see, this is what I'm talking about. Grusmacher got nothing to do as he hits him. Oh, big one in the back. Oh, gonna bring the caution out. Wow. So Grusmacher got right into the back quarter panel of this man Jorgensen. And he was being aggressive like we thought he would on the start, which, hey, gotta go.
Yeah, and right there you see the 2 hard. He didn't get a great restart, so Grusmacher able to get to that bottom line.
Who else was that? It got into that the purple machine there. I'm not quite sure who.
I think that was Alex Carr.
Yep, sure was. Wow. He had been one of the ones that pitted too, but unfortunately that right there, we're going to do in his night. So round 2, here we go. Oh boy. I think Colton took 2. Colton. Colton who?
Gardner. 40 car.
Oh. Well, he got a 15 second. If he took 2, man, that's an awful slow 2-stop change. He might want to get a new pit crew. I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, unless they were just maybe washing the car while they were doing it. Who knows? But it says 15.63 pit stop. Usually that means 4 tires. What do you think?
I think.
You falling asleep up there, man?
No, I'm sorry. I'm listening to the drivers having a discussion.
Maybe they went to Jiffy Lube for his pit stop, man. That's why it's so slow. I don't know, but
No, I think that definitely a 4 tire stop, like you said, 16 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I'd worry a little bit if it was a 2-tire stop at 15. Is all I was saying. I mean, I would be awful slow one. It might have gotten some damage. Well, the thing is though, his total time was, well, again, 15 seconds. There's no way damage would have been taken care of because I mean, his total time on pit road was 46 seconds. I mean, there's no indication or showing that he took repair of anything or 2 tires. I mean, you know, where's he at again, Colton? I mean, you would think it would be a lot longer than a 15 seconds because 15 seconds puts him in line with everybody else's pit stop of 15.4s, 15.30.
I think it was just a 4 tire stop.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go along with that. I mean, I think it would have been more in the 20-some second range if it took a little bit of damage, repair, or whatnot. But all right, Zozak Boyle's going to be up front. We saw Tucker try to go to that outside. Now I think Tucker's in a really good spot. He's right there in 3rd. Now I think he's got a really good spot to try to take this thing to the outside. So I think he's the one to watch here.
Yeah, he's got to help Zozak doesn't get not a horrible, but a bad restart here.
Yes.
To where he backs him up right to the 2 car and then just fired around to the top and set sail almost at that point.
I think so. You got Clore, Gerlach back there. Remember, actually, our Clore did. Tucker there. But pace car's off. Here we go. Boyle's up front. What does Ozak? Does he get a good run? He doesn't get started good. Ooh, that's going to let Gerlach be right down that inside. And yeah, it all depends on him. Man, that hurt Tucker just a little bit.
Just a little bit, but Tucker, he's going to put his nose right there.
He got into him, though.
Back.
Oh, he got into the back, but he was able to hang on to it. We stayed green. Wow. Tucker got in the back of the leader there. That puts Clore up there. Meanwhile, they're battling back in the back here. Oh, man, you got to remember back what happened in one of the other races with Tucker. That's going to be that's going to be talked about.
It was those 2 cars as well that it happened with, from what I believe. And there goes Zozak again, a little bit sliding on corner exit.
Let's I'm going to go back on the green here and let y'all watch. And hopefully maybe we can get a little better. I don't think that view's going to give us a little better, but I'll see if I can't get around the back side of the car here. Let's see what happens here. Wide, so maybe he was already starting to slide. I don't know. Like I say, I'm not race control. I don't like it all that. Nonetheless, you can see those new tires right there, just sticking. And oh no, he got into him. Oh wow, yeah, that's didn't cause a caution, but luckily, it got him to lead, and we are under caution though. Okay, so while we were watching, it transpired. Gerlach, maybe? That'd be one of those quick spins again. The caution's out already, so Cole Macheski. Wow, he's had a tough night tonight. Right there in the 69 machine. Looped it off the turn. Wow. Pops the inside wall. Okay. Tucker Clore up front. Gonna be the battle here. Oh boy.
And these 2 gave us that amazing finish for 3rd at Rockingham last week.
Yes, they did.
Will they give us a 2 weeks in a row great show to the finish?
I'm thinking right now that probably Tucker's a little bit better. Yeah, Coleman just got there. Yeah, just rough night for you out there, man, Thomas. And the good news is the top 4 are all the ones that did pit. We've gotten past a lot of the guys who haven't pitted. Wild restart that last time, though. I know they'll. We love the drama around. I know there's probably might be a little grumbling. Didn't bring a caution out, luckily. He got in the back end of him. He said, "Look, I'm coming. Get out the way."
I can confirm there was a little bit of grumbling with that contact. So Zach not exactly happy. But I mean, it was real close on exit. Tucker thought he might have been clear, but just had that little bit of overlap.
Yeah, and you know, and obviously, you know, you're not ever going to be one's going to be happy, one's going to be mad. You know, and I, just to throw it out there, I mean, the argument on Zozak's part is well, Tucker should know he's going to have newer tires, should know, you know, easing in those turns. Tucker's part, man, hey, look, you know, didn't realize I was going to come up that fast and get that kind of momentum, you know, coming out of the turn or whatnot. So, nonetheless, got him up front. He's got Clore to handle now, though. Medina there. Sanchez, watch out for him. He's been fast too. So we're not out of the deep water yet. Here, lights off on the pace car. Duck off
I
on
was
pit
going
road.
to say, watch out for that 29. He's got good short run, especially on that bottom.
He does. Green flag. Here we go. Tucker gets a good jump. Sanchez is there. And Tucker's going to instantly go to that high side. And Sanchez, you're right. We've seen him all night long. Been able to run good. It's taking a little bit for Clore to get his car wound up.
Meanwhile, somebody that was involved in an accident not too long ago, Grootsmacher, he's already starting to come up front. I think he's already gained 3 spots.
I got to have one of them seesaw nights tonight. You see Sanchez right there. Wow. But does he have enough to get to Tucker?
Not sure. Tucker's got a mad fast 8 car, so he's going to have to really put his head down. He's going to have to push it and just not over push it.
Look at Boyles making waves when coming up to that high side. Either way, Clore, I mean, where he finished has had a heck of a night. I mean, he's come up 21 positions right now, so that's a heck of a run.
Look at that battle for 6th. Jorgensen, Carr, Zozak, Gardner's there, Medina was there. Whole bunch of cars scrapping for position.
Yeah, see it back here in the back. Yeah, Jorgensen right there on the wall. Oh, we got one spinning. There's Zozak, and he is just not having fun out here right now. Coming to the front side. He just got moved right there a little bit. But meanwhile, it's Tucker. Sanchez, he was running the same times that Tucker was, but Tucker just ran a little bit quicker that time, and now Clore. So as long as they battle, they're gone.
And these two keep battling. They're going to let that 38 get to them.
There they are. What would it be if Grootsmacher, man, ends up 3rd place here? Wow. The night he's had. I mean, he has had a wild night. Tucker just walking away. He's loving it with a 2nd lead right now. Look at Grootsmacher.
Yeah, Tucker loves what he sees outside his front, or outside his mirror. Grootsmacher was loving what he's seeing out his front windshield, and he's right there on the back of Clore. He's going to send it down to the bottom. Clore rubbing the wall a little up top.
Grootsmacher's there. Wow, what a run. What a race these guys are having up front. I mean, I give my hats off to Clore. He's come up 20 positions right now from the back to the front. He's had to do it not once, but twice, too. And then this man ran 3rd. Yeah, man in 3rd right there, though, too, Wes. I mean, although the man in 4th has come to the front twice now, the man right there in 3rd has done spun, I think, twice tonight.
He has. He's been put in the line twice. Not only that.
Yeah. Wow.
So he's really had to drive through the field a couple times.
Wild night for these guys, but Tucker has been clean and green up front all night long. And you can see Sanchez right there hanging on behind him, but he's going the way it's going. Looks pretty good. Clean so far. There's Carr hanging on in the 5th place spot with Boyles there in 6th. Who does have Gardner up underneath him.
Now we're within 5 to go, so I think all gloves are off.
Yeah, you got to go. Until they make to that white flag, it's not official. See, Gardner's going to take that spot for the moment over Boyles, and there he goes. He slips up to the top side of him. Takes it away. Moves up to the 6th place spot. Jorgensen there in the 8th. Got a lap car up underneath him. Yes, lap car underneath him. Dina back here in the 9th, along with Gerlach there too. This is where a lot of the hot and heavy action is going on. There's some lap machines there along with it.
It's not any lap machines. They're all fighting for position.
Oh, okay.
Dina, Gerlach, Kolmacheski, Hart, Bender, and Prohl.
Nice. You see height right now. Got Bender up underneath him. It's all Tucker out front. He's got a big lead, about 6/10 out front. Sanchez right there. We're going to come around. There'll be 2 to go. Remember how Sanchez is able to get there to a certain limit, and then the car is like a brick wall. It stops. Boom.
Yeah, 68 to 67, 72. That's your top 3. So all about the same spots. Not really gaining or losing much on anyone else.
No, they're not.
Whoa, massive slap from Grutzbacher out of 2.
Oh, you've seen him do that all night long. That car has just been evil most of the night. And he's still right there. Flora, unfortunately, falling back a few spots. Car's going to get around him. The white flag is out one more time for this man here. Old Tucker. 3rd place last week at Rockingham. Can he pull it off here tonight? He's going to have 2 more turns to get it done. Homestead here under the lights. Sanchez just not going to get there in time. Michael Tucker's going to win it here at Homestead.
And honestly, what a great run. Able to keep the car underneath him. So, and that's something he says he needed to work on. Well, he worked on it, and it
just getting the throttle a little too hard, but other than that, it was a pretty good set, and got it
You mentioned something about that you had to learn to be a little bit more patient. A little more patient tonight. I mean, was that kind of helping you out throughout this thing?
Oh, I mean, it definitely was. I could have passed through about 10 times, but I didn't. No, being patient actually did help. I mean, those 2 late restarts, I backed up so much to try to not, like, kill anybody, but then I eventually did, on accident.